got to vote, because if you lose, it sends a really bad message. It just sends a bad, and they will build it up. Here's the story. If you win, they're going to make it like ho-hum. And if you lose, they're going to say, Trump suffered the greatest defeat in the history of the world. This was the greatest. You can't let that happen to me.
All politics is Trump. Welcome back to Hardball. That was President Trump just last night rallying his base in Lexington, Kentucky, ahead of that state's gubernatorial election today, and making the case that all politics is Trump. The president won Kentucky in 2016 by nearly 30 points, but polls show a much closer race for governor tonight. Mississippi's also holding a competitive governor's race tonight, and in Virginia, control of the state legislature. The entire legislature is up for grabs. Polls have already closed in Kentucky and Virginia as we speak. Both parties are watching these races for any early indicators heading into 2020. Joining me now with what we know is MSNBC national political correspondent Steve Kornacki. Steve,
Chris,
teach us.
We have got a real race here in Kentucky. You mentioned Trump won this state by 30 points. What you're seeing right now, half the vote or so is in. Matt Bevin, the incumbent Republican, you see a 5-point lead here statewide right now. We expect this to end up a lot closer than that. Let me tell you why. First of all, that lead, just in your introduction there, that lead shrunk significantly. Why? This is one of the reasons. Largest county in the state, Jefferson County. This is where the city of Louisville is. A bunch of votes just came in there. You can see this is Democratic country. There aren't too many Democratic counties in Kentucky. This is the mother of them all. Andy Beshear, he's leading it by 17,000 votes right now over Matt Bevin in Jefferson County. But look at this number right here. Only 21% of the precincts in the largest county in the state are reporting. Already, you can see Beshear has a plurality of 17,000, so he is going to add a lot to that in Jefferson County before the night's over. That is also the story here in Fayette County. This is where Lexington, the University of Kentucky, this is also a Democratic county. And you see, again, very early, only 5% of the vote is counted here. And already you see Beshear is out to more than a 1,500 vote advantage over Matt Bevin. So he's going to add a lot there, too. And so with the two large ones still, I'm just looking to see if it changed again. It's 32,000 right now. We expect that's going to shrink. One of the stories, the reasons why this is so close, besides the suspense there in Louisville and Lexington, it's the story we have been telling the last couple years, why Democrats have been making gains in some places in the Trump era, the suburbs, suburban areas. And let me point to one particular part of the state right here. See these three counties? This is sort of the Cincinnati metro area up here. These are large, densely populated, almost 10% of the voting population, almost 10% in the state is going to come from these three counties. These are typically Republican counties, suburban, Republican, pocketbook issues, that sort of thing. Let me show you what's happening there tonight. You do see red in this one, Boone County. Bevin wins it with 56, but the last time Bevin ran for governor 4 years ago, he got 66% here. So his support came down 10 points in a sort of a core Republican county. How about next door? Kenton County right now, 87% is in. The last time Matt Bevin ran, he got 57% of the vote here. He's down to 47. He's down 10 points. Similar story. We can go next door. Campbell County, 75% is in. Bevin got 54% here last time, all the way down to 42%. So you have pretty significant movement in some pretty big suburbs here away from Bevin toward Beshear. The story that I'm seeing tonight, rural strength for Bevin being offset by suburban strength up there for Beshear, and the Beshear campaign hopes, and let's just see if there's an update, hopes for some monster numbers out of Louisville, I got to say it that way, excuse me, Louisville and Lexington.
What about Trump's impact last night? Any way to determine the last-minute switchers, the last-minute deciders?
Well, I mean, again, I say there is rural strength that you can find in here. Just to give you an example, there is some rural strength here. You'll see from Matt Bevin, just in the coal country here. This is traditionally Democratic country. This is, see if I can get it. Here's Harlan County. Bevin here got 69%. 100% is in Harlan County. Bevin got 69%. 4 years ago when he ran for governor, his number here was 62%. So he's got gains in some of those.
Let me ask you about this. Big national question. I get a sense, watching Trump's numbers nationally, that he probably lost some women in the suburbs over the last 3 years. But I get the sense, since the numbers are holding, he must have been picking up white guys and very conservative women in the rural areas. Is he picking up certain places, not just losing? I get the sense it's bouncing out.
This is the story we're seeing here in Kentucky tonight in these results. Harlan County, for instance, and I can find some other rural counties here. there is more strength for Bevin now than there was a couple years ago.
That's what
and
I
he's
think.
getting closer to that Trump level. But you say balanced out, those suburbs, Republicans depend on those suburbs.
Okay. I think this is going to be a close election. I'm sure you agree. Next year looks very close for this president. Thank you for this. You are the best, Steve Kornacki. You are. I do not say anything but the truth here, and that is the greatest truth. You're the best.
It's really nice of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve Kornacki. Up next, a look back at 20 years of hardball college tours. What do you see? This is when the young people get involved, which we always try to do here. Get them involved. You're watching Hardball.
While I'm asleep also.
What are you dreaming of, the White House? That was my college tour with Al Gore at Lehman College back in 2002. College tours have been a feature on Hardball since the show first aired on MSNBC back in '99. Let's take a look. Welcome. We're at a Memorial Auditorium here at Stanford University from George Mason University in Virginia. Live from Chapman University in Southern California. Live from the University at Albany. Live from the Citadel. From Fordham University in the Bronx, New York. Live from the University of Denver. The University of Notre Dame. From Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa. Senator John McCain. Let's play Hardball. Arnold Schwarzenegger. John Kerry. Robert De Niro. Matt Damon. Robin Williams. The Georgetown Band. Joe Biden of Delaware. Live from Westchester University outside Philadelphia, the Hardball College Tour with our special guest, Senator Barack Obama. Let's go Hardball. I promised you the President of the United States, and he's here. Let's play Hardball. Town Hall tonight for a full hour. Our guest is the frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination, Donald Trump. I think he wished he didn't go through that door. Anyway, be sure to follow Hardball on Twitter and enter to win exclusive Hardball prizes. And that's Hardball for now. I love the glory years. All In with Chris Hayes starts right now.
Tonight, his closest confidants went on trial today, and that's coming up next. It's always helpful to take a step back and look at the number. Our show starts right now. Good evening, Rachel.
You're hiding your guests like under people's seats?
I am hiding. We are hiding the ball. It is called a tease, and I'm speaking to the master in all of cable news of the deep tease.
Okay,
I learned it from watching you.
The only reason I deep tease things is because I run out of time and then say, okay, that's next. It's almost never intentional.
No, you are Michelangelo painting the Sistine Chapel with teases. So I'm just trying to work on my own.
I'm going to break into your office and figure out who your guests are, just so I know, because I can't handle the suspense. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated.
Especially the big results in Kentucky, where, according to the Republican Party, their view of the case in Kentucky, the socialists won tonight. Listen to this. This is one of the ads, an excerpt of one of the ads they were running right down to the end. Socialists in Washington want to impeach Trump and take us backward. Andy Beshear is part of the radical resistance. And yet somehow, Andy Beshear won.
Yeah, in a state that Trump won by 30 points. Wacky, right?
Yeah, and Donald Trump went down there and put it on the line and told them last night, you know, this will be bad for me if I lose. He once again did that Trump thing of personalizing that race to be about him, and if he wants to make it about him, it's a very bad night for him.
That's right. And if you're going to plate your trough that way, you're going to have to pay for it later on. Exactly.
Yeah, and now what we're now seeing, what's going to be fascinating to see what's the Republican spin after this. We know what the Republican spin was going to be, which is Donald Trump went down there and saved the day. So what is it now? What do they say tomorrow? What is Mitch McConnell thinking tonight? Mitch McConnell's numbers in Kentucky, his popularity is not good, to put it mildly. Mitch McConnell's up for re-election next year. What does this mean for him?
I was talking to Von Hilliard, who was down at Andy Beshear headquarters earlier this hour, actually, as we were just getting in the NBC News call about Beshear being the apparent winner. And what Von was saying at the time that call came in was that Mitch McConnell's numbers look basically exactly like Matt Bevin's numbers in Kentucky. And this is the last statewide race that's going to happen there before Mitch McConnell is up statewide to try to hold on to his Senate seat. And so, every race is different, and that'll be a presidential election year, and there'll be a lot going on. But it can't look good. I imagine that the Republicans will try to make this a personal loss for Matt Bevin that doesn't say anything about anybody else.
Rachel, the winner has taken the stage in Kentucky. We're going to Beshear headquarters right now in Louisville.
Let me first start by thanking my running mate, Jacqueline Coleman. You are an incredible friend, an amazing running mate, and I know you're going to be a phenomenal lieutenant governor. Tonight, voters in Kentucky sent a message loud and clear for everyone to hear. It's a message that says our elections don't have to be about right versus left. They are still about right versus wrong. That our values and how we treat each other is still more important than our party. That what unites us as Kentuckians is still stronger than any national divisions. And tonight, I think we showed this country that in Kentucky, we can disagree with each other while still respecting one another. In this Commonwealth, a Commonwealth that I love, we believe in lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down. And here in Kentucky, we can still fight from the very top levels of government for every family, including the lost, the lonely, and the left behind. I haven't had an opportunity yet to speak to Governor Bevin, but my expectation is that he will honor the election that was held tonight, that he will help us make this transition. And I tell you what, we will be ready for that first day in office, and I look forward to it. Let me say that while this was a very hard-fought election, I know elections are difficult on families. So let's all wish this governor and his family the very best. We can do that. I stand here tonight grateful to the Commonwealth of Kentucky and its voters, grateful. But I gotta start by thanking the people in my life who truly drive me, my family, for their love and inspiration. I want to thank my wife, Brittany, your next First Lady. And let me tell you, I know another First Lady pretty well. And I believe Brittany is going to be one of the best that we have ever had. How about feedback? Yeah. And I have to thank my two kids, Will and Lila. You all are my reason for living. Everything I do, I think about you. I love you all so much. I need to thank a couple parents who raised me. I want to thank my mom and dad, Jane and Steve Beshear, for their love and support, their service, their amazing service they gave to this Commonwealth. Tonight, I want to say thank you to our union families that helped make this election happen. I want to thank the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police. I want to thank our educators. Thank you. To our educators, your courage to stand up and fight against all the bullying and name-calling helped galvanize our entire state. That's right. I'll never forget the first couple years that I was in office as your Attorney General were a little bit hard. There were days that I came to work and I felt like that last soldier of Rome. But I put on that armor and I stepped up to the front line each and every day until 12,000 reinforcements came to the Capitol. To our educators, I know so many of you worked hard on this campaign, and I appreciate every single hour that each of you and that all of our nearly 3,000 volunteers spent knocking on doors. And while I believe that Jacqueline said it, let me be very clear. To our educators, this is your victory. From now on, the doors of your state capitol will always be open. We will treat each other with dignity and respect, and we will honor our commitments to our public servants. We will make sure that promises made are promises kept, and we will work day and night to do as much good as we can, however we can. So while I want everybody to have a lot of fun tonight, after tonight, this election is over. After tonight, we move forward with every other Kentucky citizen as Team Kentucky. Team Kentucky is a team whose mission is rooted in our shared values of faith, hard work, and a belief in a bigger, brighter tomorrow. These Kentucky values transcend any and all party lines. I am committed to be a governor for everyone. That means rural and urban Kentucky, eastern, western, northern, and central Kentucky. It means being a governor for every Democrat, every Republican, and every independent, every single Kentuckian. To those watching, if I did not earn your vote today, rest assured, I will work hard to earn your trust. And even more importantly, I will always strive to do the right thing. Because I didn't run for this office just to be governor. I ran for this office because I want to govern well.
Because not only is there a raft of all unanimous evidence all supporting that now, even the people trying to help the president here plainly are having to admit that actually, yeah, what you just described there, Lindsey Graham, that is exactly what happened. Confronted with that reality today from this testimony that was just released from Volker and Sondland, Senator Lindsey Graham announced that he is no longer reading the transcripts of these witnesses from the impeachment proceedings. He's just refusing to hear any of this anymore. He's just done with it. And that is one way to handle your responsibilities as a United States Senator. We've got more to come here. This has been another day of surprises in politics. Democrats winning full control of Virginia state government tonight. In Kentucky, Democrat Andy Beshear defeating Republican Governor Matt Bevin. Whew. We're going to be back tomorrow with more coverage, and you can bet more news. Probably none quite as surprising as all of that, but you never know. See you then. Good night.